So what do I mean by ecosystem? I tend to think of an ecosystem, same thing as infrastructure. So in a financial ecosystem, there's connectivity between the commerce, that is real estate, transportation. Then you have a ability to sustain yourself from a food standpoint. Do we have a grocery store system, or do we live in a food desert? Can we go down the street to the bodega or get a full grocery store where I can get full course meal for my family and not feed them junk? Then you have education. So in an ecosystem, you have to have a ability to train the next generation so they can support themselves and enhance society. If you don't have an education system that is supportive and not tearing down of the youth, then you don't really have a system in place. And then once you have all that, you need to have some sort of healthcare system when people get sick, or health maintenance system for people to sustain. There is not a Black community in America that has a self-sustained ecosystem at this time. And it's not about just a separatist thing. It's more that if you have a healthier Black communities, healthier Black neighborhoods, then they can co-op or work with other neighborhoods or institutions. Unfortunately, we still live in a very segregated society. As much as we like to say there's some integration, we still eat, live, and sleep separately from one another. But a healthy Black neighborhood community or ecosystem can collaborate with a healthy and thriving Asian community system, healthy and thriving white community system. Then you can properly integrate, because when I don't carry the same level of assets to the table, it's hard to respect me as a partner in the community. How do we partner? Let's say we're gonna go buy some candy together, right? And the candy costs $5. And I have $4.99 and you have a penny. We are not partnering to buy this candy. I'm buying the candy and then figuring out how I distribute it to you, what I deem is fair. And then you may say, it's not fair for you to have 10 pieces of candy and I have a piece of one. And I'm like, well, I spent $4.99 and you contributed a penny. Well, your contribution wasn't even enough to support the candy that you have. Now you could argue, well, the reason I only have a penny is that you stole from my ancestors and I didn't have, there's truth to that. But then I come back and say, well, I'm not my ancestors. I wasn't the one who stole. And then we keep on going back in this cycle. And I get it, at some point, we have to actually have restitution for what occurred, but we can't wait around for that. We have to create and build. Again, wealth, Dr. Claude Anderson said, wealth is either created or inherited. Since we don't have that much opportunity to inherit it, we can create it. We can create business, and it's happening right now. There are Black businesses thriving and growing. There is economic independence, and education is in vogue now in our community as it's never been before. It is cool to be savvy economically. It is cool. There's a guy named Wall Street Trapper, and he's dropping a wealth of knowledge of how to navigate the stock system. And this brother spent 10 years in jail, unfortunately due to a lot of the same stuff that gets us caught up in the system, but he's completely turned his life around, and he has a following and a gathering, and he has I followed Wall Street Trap. I paid $38 a month for the wisdom that he shares through his platforms. There is an opportunity, a wave right now to build Black wealth, but we have to do it a little different than we've done in the past, which is work together. We cannot do it as individual wealthy. It's great to have a billionaire, but if we still don't have people that can take care of themselves in our community, that's a problem. We're trying to create 100,000 jobs over the next 10 years. So if there's a shortage of jobs for African Americans, we can help fill that gap instead of asking somebody to do it. It would be lovely if we get support as well, but we can do it ourselves. The system allows for it. You know, that wealth is a thing that it's more about the wealthy and the non-wealthy versus Black and white. yellow and brown. It's sort of have or have nots. But the good thing about this capitalist system, even though it has its challenges, is that you work it and it will work for you. And so what we're here at Space and Equity to do is help folks work the system from what we've learned in 14 years of banking, what we learned in partnering with other people. And we're not the experts. I don't know everything, but I do know how to get people that know something in areas that I don't know to work together. That's what we're working to do. Come correct, and they can't stop you.